Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Something you don't see too often. A tractor trailer. He got a. It's like his front wheel is flat. Uh, they said they're going to try to expedite the service. So they got two options. What they usually do, if you have a fleet mechanic that's on the road, they come out and change it on the fly. If not, they have to tow it back to the shop. So I'm gonna try to. Well, I walk on this side of the truck first, and then I cross on the other side when it's safe. Something different, nothing spectacular. Well, I don't know how you get a flat tire, but who knows? City of streets are not the best of streets. Could have been some kind of foreign object in the roadway. We never know. This car is behind the cruiser. I wonder if you know that cruiser is not moving. Let's see. Let's see how smart this guy really is. Hold on, let's see. He's got his left turn blink. He has right turn blinker on. Let's see if he figures it out. Oh, he figured it out now. But you wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. You wouldn't want to get in that lane if you see the. Let me show you the perspective that you see as a driver, so you can see what I'm seeing. So if you see a car with like flashing lights like that, most likely they're not moving, especially if yeah, you could, cause you can see that from a distance. So as
Boys and Girls Club for a fight. The fire department's getting a call for a large group of kids fighting.
a fight, wow, interesting. But you can see from a distance that vehicle's not moving. So it's like you don't even want to get in that lane. Like see how these cars are migrating over from the top. You want to do it as soon as possible and don't wait till the last minute. Just gonna show you the other side of where the flat tire is. Jazz Festival. Wow, might as well show this on my YouTube channel as well. Hold on. Matter of fact, there's a jazz festival coming up Sunday at Fort Hill around 5 o'clock p.m. A lot of people are gonna be out there. Check it out. I'm gonna try to be there. I can't guarantee it, but I'll try to come up there and I'll try. You got some more numbers down here. So look at this. Friday, August the 29th, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. You just got to check it out. If you like jazz, can't go wrong with jazz.
Bravo 452.
Save that date.
430 Dudley says you call her that her neighbor assaulted her and took off.
I'm not a jazz person, so I don't know any of these people, but you guys might know some of these people. Looks like it's going to be held in the Seaport District, so looks like it might be a pretty good event. Like, I guess you can't go wrong with jazz. Jazz is kind of laid back and mellow. Kind of put you in the relax mode, if you know what I mean. That's the cash app right there. All right, let's go. Let's check out this truck that has a flat tire in the front. I don't know how long it's going to be for the tow or the service truck, the fleet mechanics, whatever you call them. Sometimes they have a spare tire under here, but I don't see one. Sometimes you'll see a spare tire hanging at the bottom of the rig, but that's only for the trailer. It's not really for the tractor itself. It's usually for the rear tires because it's on the Well, I guess it could be either or. You know what I mean? It's not to say that specifically has to be for the. I don't know. Does DOT have any regulations for the whether it's for the front tire or the rear tire? This all depends on what rim it's on. Because there's certain rims for the rear and certain rims for the front. You can see the difference. You see how this one's kind of concave out. These are kind of concave in. So it depends on what rim it's on. You know what I mean?
Goal 1, we got about 50 kids out here trying to fight somebody.
50 kids fighting. Wow.
Yep, they're on the way. We got a group of 50 trying to fight.
So Harambe, is that Harambe Park where they're at? Probably is. Harambe Park has problems every night. It's about 50 kids fighting. That's not good. I don't know. Every night we listen to the radio or scan or whatever you want to call it. There's fights, there's all kind of stuff that goes to Harambe Park. That's like a time bomb waiting to explode over there.
Gold 1. One more car.
Needs one more car up there.
Let me know when someone's off with them, please, in the parking lot.
I know when I'm around the corner.
And you know,
pulling up right now.
it stresses the Boston police. It puts a lot of stress on them because they got to deal with a lot of juveniles acting up. So basically, what happens is the Boston police becomes babysitters, and they got to babysit someone's kids for no reason at all, other than the fact that they don't know how to behave. And then, and this is the bad part. I talked about a lot of people. Something happens to that child. The first thing they say, "Oh, he was a good child. He was this. He was that." And the fact of the matter, he probably wasn't.
Okay, slow it down, but continue in slow.
Try to get an image of this flat tire in the front right here. Like I said, he could have hit a pothole, piece of glass, anything, but it's not that often you see a tractor trailer with a flat tire. They have pretty, thick tires. They're pretty durable. They're not invincible, but they do get damaged. I may try to hang around for the.
Gold 1, you guys can slow it down. We're good.
I may hang around, see if they tow it or not,
Slow it down.
or if they change the tire. A lot of fleet mechanics, if he has a fleet that he can call, they'll change it for him.
Have the car open door.
It's it depends who comes out here first. They might get a big rig tow and tow it. This guy's got a convertible.
Hey, 102.
He's beeping the horn, and none of those cars can move anywhere.
You guys second argument, 114 Florida, male and a female for 30 minutes there.
And I never seen it physically. I never seen a tractor trailer tire changed. I seen them on TV. I seen them on YouTube and stuff. Never physically seen it done in person. It's not that it's difficult, but it would be good to watch.
Possibly an assault.
Starting us.
They have to request.
If I understand too, you can retread all the tires, but you cannot retread the front tires. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So all the rear tires, like these ones right here, this is considered an 18-wheeler. So those tires can be retread. Those rear tires on the tractor, no, the trailer I should say, sorry about that. Those could be retread. But the front ones, for safety reasons, you cannot do the front ones because, accidents can happen, rollovers, and all that kind of stuff. But I could be wrong, but that's what I was told a very long time ago. You cannot retread the front tires. They do not allow you to do it. I mean, you could take those front ones and put them on the rear and retread them back there, but you cannot put retread tires on the front.
Which rapid is going to D4? Bravo 103, can we get a call there, please?
Like I said, I hang around for a little bit. If it's more than, let's say 15, 20 minutes, we'll head up out of here.
102, if you want us to take you in the call and then head to D4, we can.
A truck like that would be one of those service trucks. See that truck that just went by? That's a fleet truck right there. That truck that just said truck services on it. That is a fleet truck. It's probably not for this guy, but it's a fleet service truck.
You can disregard if we make contact.
I don't know if the camera caught the image of that truck, but that's definitely a fleet truck. I know a guy that he did that on the road. He's out of Saugus. He take the truck home with him. He get calls 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. He ride out, change tires, you know. Sometimes he do a repair on a truck in the road if it's something simple. But he's basically an on-road mechanic that would do that kind of work. Now, if it's something that he can't fix on the road, obviously, you gotta have it towed. But those guys are very, you know, skillful. They know their stuff.
103.
Most of them, anyway.
I'm putting you out of the assignment. Delta 219X. Copy that, Lou.
Engine 9, latitude, a central station alarm, 10th Street, Boston,
any other tire, he probably still could crawl down the road, but the front tire is the one that makes it difficult because you need that front tire for steering purposes and control of the vehicle. If it was one of the rear tires like here or back there, he probably still can drive slowly and get to his destination, provided he's not going a long distance. But that front tire, that's the one that's going to mess you up all the time. I see trucks drive with like a flat tire, like either an inner or outer, and they still can drive with it because the main tires are still taking the weight off the load. But this right here, that's all the engine weight right there. Right on that tire. Top of at least a couple of 1,000 pounds easily. Like I said, we'll hang around and see if there's a tow truck or a fleet mechanic that comes out. I'd never seen that company before, so they could be out of another state. So they're out of another state. They probably get towed to like a shop where they can fix it or repair that tire for them. Years ago, I don't know how old you guys are, but a lot of you guys might remember the 24-hour, I think it was called Boston Tire. It used to be right over on Southampton Street, just before the bridge. You could drive in there, truck tires, car tires, any size, pretty much any shape. They'll fix the tire right on the spot for you. We'll go in the back. Wow. Probably 30 years or more. My daughter's 33, so it might be 30 years or more. Something happened over there and they shut it down. I think there was like a shooting over there or something. Then after that shooting, they really didn't reopen back up. They ended up closing. I don't know all the details, but I was probably in my Maybe I was in my 30s or late 20s. I remember that though, back way back. I don't know if all truck tires are the same size. They look like they are though. Look like they all carry maybe close to the same size. No, they might have different sizes. They're not all exactly the same size. But these ones look like you could take them off this truck and put them on that truck. They look very close. These cars, you can't make this up. They're pulling right behind that cruiser as if that cruiser is going to move for them. Let me check and see if the lights are still on that cruiser, just to make sure that he didn't shut them off by accident.
Good.
138 Orton Murata, 56 Exit 062. We have one company right now.
I gotta get further back. I can't see from this angle right here. He might have shut him off. Okay, he did shut him off. So he shut him off. So they can't tell because he did shut him off. That's why it's good to record stuff, because you can assume a lot of stuff, but he did shut him off, so they really can't see him now because they are off. He probably indiscriminately shut him off by accident. So right now they have no knowledge that he's actually stopped. So all they see is brake lights, and they think he's just waiting for the red light. There are cars behind him. Like, he got his indicator on. So that's why you keep your early warning and emergency lights on, because it does make a difference in society. Just so you guys know.
What will you transmit?
Overtime tonight. 326. That's very interesting. 4335.
A lot of cars don't realize that he stopped in traffic, and they can't really see that tractor trailer's 4 ways flashing because the cruiser's kind of blocking it. So it's kind of hard to really. I can't fault the drivers now if they pull behind him, because there's no way of them knowing that he stopped. Yeah, these cars.
We'll go again.
Should I tell the police officer that he don't have his rear flashes on? Or does he even...
4 OTs for Southampton.
Well, whatever the officer is, if he watches YouTube, he realize it. He'll figure it out next time. He'll figure out that I should always keep my rear lights on when I'm behind the vehicle. He's got his alley lights on, or his what do they call those lights? Takedowns. Are they called takedowns?
We also have 4 spots overtime for Southampton tonight as well. Contact 4335.
I don't know if they call those alley lights or takedowns.
For Southampton overtime, contact
well,
4335.
back in the day, we called takedowns was the center flashing lights. So I you know what? I don't even know what takedowns are really called. But I know when we driven cruisers with lights on like that. We had takedowns that were in the middle, and they'll flash either front or rear. But they weren't the entire light bar. They were just the center lights, and we call those takedowns. But the alley lights are the ones on each side, left and right. Those are the alley lights. So Mark Means is going to tell me what takedowns are, because they probably have them on tow trucks as well. I always can rely on my man Mark Means. He'll come up and he'll give me the exact answer. I don't have to look it up anymore. I'd be like, Nez, you should know what these are. You use them all the time. He'll say something like, wow, look at this. What the heck is that? What the oh my goodness. Look at this right here. You can't miss this. Right in the middle of the street. What the heck? Caught on camera. What the? He damaged his freaking scooter. He just hit this guy on the scooter. Right in front of the camera. What the hell? Now you gotta exchange your papers. I don't know who had the right of way, but he should have seen him. He damaged it. I caught it. You seen the whole thing, right? That's crazy. I was recording something else, but I seen this. What the hell? He was in the crosswalk, my man. There's a police officer over there, but he was in the crosswalk. You didn't see him in the crosswalk? You gotta be careful, my man. It's damaged, though. He can't even use it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for it.
Yeah, just give me information and go from there. That's crazy. Just get all his information and go from there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. If you need a video, it's coming on YouTube. External Affairs Porter on YouTube. I'll give you my card.
Okay, sure.
That's crazy. I was over there recording that truck with a flat tire, and all of a sudden I hear a scratch and a scrape, and this guy's on the ground. Wow. Like,
check out 25.
no, when you make these turns, guys, you gotta watch for cars and people in the crosswalk. You have to. I see it all the time. People jump right in front of me, and I don't know. There's so many near accidents I come across. I could have hit people and killed them and all kind of crazy stuff.
You give that last 14 call.
You need a pen? I happen to have a pen, sure. I carry a lot of stuff in my pockets, but here you go. Make sure I get it back, though. Don't keep it. Oh, my God. Like, I don't know. I exercise safety. I try my best. But even though me being the safest, or trying to be the safest driver on the road, I can hit somebody, too. It can happen. It definitely can happen. There's no perfect person on the road. I try my best not to hit people on purpose if I can help it, but one day I'm gonna hit somebody because, you know, I happened to see him in the corner of my eye. He was crossing. I have to check the footage. I don't know if he had the light or not. That's the problem too. Did he have the light? But this guy was turning onto this intersection, so he might have had the light. He might have not. I gotta check the footage later on when I upload this. Wow. And I happen to have the camera. I hope I had it facing the right direction. As long as he, you know, good thing he's okay. That's the most important thing. Police officers walking over now to see what's going on. He hit him. He hit him on the crosswalk. But I guess he's okay though. The good thing is this guy got some good reflexes. He jumped off pretty quick. When the scooter, if he would have stayed on that scooter, he would have been under that car with the scooter. But he jumped off like reflex jumped off. Like he probably didn't know what he was doing until he did it, but he jumped off pretty quick. So he jumped off the scooter, and the scooter went under the car and dragged the scooter. I don't know if you guys seen it. So he's gonna give him a ride, which is a good thing. He, it's good that things work out good. Yeah, I like things that work out good. My pen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You keep the card. Keep the card. That card's for you. Yeah. Take care, buddy. Be safe out there. Keep the YouTube card for you. I know somebody told me to make more cards. I'll start making more cards. I don't know. I don't give everybody. Everybody doesn't get a card. Only certain people get a card. But if you want to see what the card looks like, it's kind of low budget card, cheap, but gets the message across. Looks like that. You can always don't call me because I might not pick up the phone, but you can send me a text. If I get somebody telemarketers to call me, I probably won't answer all of them. But you can always send me a text. The email, I don't respond to the emails as much as I should because so much stuff is in there. I do see every once in a while somebody posted something in the email for me. It might be like a couple of weeks later that I look at it. So the best information, the best way to get it is text me because that's the only way I see it quick enough. I might not get to it like right away, but Mark Means, no, he texts me all the time. He texts me all kind of stuff.
Units in the multi-park area getting calls for shots fired. Color had a single shot. Didn't see anything.
Shots fired. Oh my goodness. So, but it may not be actual shots fired. It might be. That's on the C11 side. We'll find out what they have before we go up there.
1 female from this location to D4237 and 40.5. Fox Space, Fox 499 contact.
Got it.
Wow. People are impatient. Very impatient. You want him to run into... You got to keep in mind, you're crossing 2 lanes of traffic, whether you know it or not. And some people are kind of timid when it's making a left-hand turn. And that guy's the fence. That scooter should have more lights on it too, though. It should have some kind of reflector.
Fox 431, you can send down Moakley.
Moakley, is it Moakley Park? Moakley Park is in South Boston, right? Is that where Moakley Park's at? Like I said.
102. Yes, it's a very respectful wedding party. They turned down the music and give that a 14 Paul.
If anybody's asking, I believe that the side I am on is well, this might still be Bravo. If I go 20 feet that way, I'm on Delta. But if I go to the right, I'm on Bravo. So put the camera here. If I go to the right, like towards Goodwill, that's the Bravo side. If I go towards the left, going this way towards the Boston Water and Sewer, that's like on the Delta side. So I believe that's how it's set up. When you cross over, it switches like right, literally like right here on the other side of Melina Cass. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it's set up.
Negative.
Like I don't know exactly where it divides all through the whole sector, but if you go all the way down this way, if you're on the left hand side of Melina Cass, you're on the Bravo side. Once you cross over Molina Cast on the other side, then you're on the Delta side. And I believe that goes all the way down until you get to Ruggles. And then if you go this way, the Bravo side is all on the right. And the Delta side is on the left. But I have seen Bravo units respond to the left side before. I never seen Delta units come onto the Bravo side, but I've seen some Bravo units go to the Delta side because their sectors are so close together. Then when you get further up, it gets kind of tricky because C6, I think it is by the McDonald's over there, which is kind of weird. So C6 is the McDonald's, but Gerard Street is Bravo, and the other side of Harrison Ave is Delta. It's kind of mixed up there with 3 different districts all in the same area. You guys that know the area better than I do, correct me if I'm wrong or not, if that's correct or not. I could be wrong. I don't know everything, but let me know. I always look forward to the comments like later on after I upload the video. Some people have a lot more knowledge than I do know exactly what it is. I don't know if he might have hit like a sharp object or something. Like I said, it's not that often you see a tractor trailer with a flat tire. I'm gonna try to record as long as I can. I'm not gonna make a 4-hour video, but at most it might be an hour. If it's more than an hour, then I'm gonna bounce out of here. Or if I hear a call that obviously is some crazy call that may happen.
Power shut down for 1.
Bravo 434 and then 412.
Power shut down.
Third party call for disturbance 45 Oldfield. The caller was walking by.
One thing I must say, these domestic calls, guys, if you're home with your loved one or your significant other and you guys are getting into a heated conversation, one of y'all have to take the latter role and walk away. I hear too many calls on the radio of a domestic assault and battery, whether it's the woman or the man or both. Somebody has to be the more responsible adult and at least walk away as fast as they can. And you should know if you're in an abusive relationship or not. And counseling may not be the only thing, but sometimes it helps, because they hear so many calls of people fighting, mother, daughter, sister, brother, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. And those domestic calls are very toxic. I mean, we gotta do better as a community. We gotta do better. It said fireworks, so it's not shots fired. The amount of domestic calls that the Boston police respond to.
No, I thought I've been Ashmont. Outside Ashmont Station, see if you see a
I would say,
by a suspect. No
if I was to guess a fraction or a percentage, I would say at least 20% of the calls are domestic calls. Whether EDP calls, assault and battery calls, trespassing calls, B&E type calls, because a lot of boyfriends kicking the doors on the girlfriends and stuff like that, which is very dangerous. They do it though. So if you find yourself in a situation where your girlfriend or your boyfriend is cheating on you or doing something they shouldn't be doing, sometimes it's best just to walk away. You can't make that person change. So if that person's not willing to change for you, just don't risk yourself going to jail for something that you could prevent. You know what I mean? this is some advice for younger and older people. You cannot change a person. If that person does not want to change, just get up and walk away. I mean, it's not worth you serving a life sentence in jail, or who knows what else can happen. But I'm trying to give you some advice. You don't have to take it or not, but as hard as it may be, just walk away. You'll be thankful later on if you did that. This is probably a video that you probably don't hear a lot of me talk like this, but I'm trying to get a lot out at the same time. I might bring more videos like this out too. You never know. That's a unique. Every video is not the same. So let me see. If I could bring a message in every video I bring to you guys, then I did the best I could to help you guys out. And that is one of the refrigerator trucks. Hopefully he don't have no frozen, or maybe he's probably empty, because he will have the damn, what is that called now? The reefer? Is that called the reefer? The reefer. He will have the reefer running, and he don't have it running, so it's probably empty. I believe that's the name of that. I learned a lot in my years, and I believe that it's called a reefer. I could be wrong, but that thing's if you don't know what a reefer is a mechanical device or machinery or piece of equipment that refrigerates the cab of the 53, or most of them are 53 footers. It keeps it refrigerated. It makes it.
102 Adam Robert.
What's the temperature on that thing now? Wow. Is it 27 degrees?
142.7 time in 2102.
Somebody's gonna correct me. It might be 27 to 30 degrees, but it freezes it it keeps it very cold. If you get locked in that sucker, you might die in there. Just so you guys know, but it keeps it like almost don't go sub-zero. Some of them could go sub-zero, but it keeps it frozen. Put it that way, so you can transport it across state lines all the way to wherever you're taking it to. And even if you shut the truck off, as long as there's gasoline in the reefer, it will still work. My brother's gonna be proud of me. I learned a lot from him driving tractor trailers.
Gary 104, call 9631.
Now this truck here, he doesn't have one. So that means he's just doing like dry produce. He's not doing like refrigerated produce. Because if he's doing refrigerated, we won't call it, well, I guess you could call it produce. It'll be, it'll have a reefer on it. So far, the city of Boston has been pretty quiet. It hasn't been anything, really pressing. That's exactly what that car was doing when he hit that gentleman on the scooter. The car was making a right-hand turn onto Molina Cass, and he probably couldn't see, he probably couldn't see him, because the street lighting is not the best of street lighting too. But the gentleman had dark clothes on for one thing. The scooter wasn't very well lit, which is another thing. And can you really fault him for that? Your headlights are working. Sometimes you will see this times I'm driving over, I see a silhouette. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something. And I just got to slow down to make sure it's not something I want to come in contact with, you know? I mean, you can't really hold anybody really at fault for that. Like, even the guy in the scooter, he could have looked left and right before he came out. I mean, I don't know if you want to call that a crash or an accident, but they still call them crashes because they could be prevented.
36 and 35, stand by on that assignment of the victim herself. I got something at 1913 Dot Ave just coming out. Outside of a vehicle of some sort. Black male, darker tone. But as a domestic.
Wow. This guy, like, kind of, I don't know if he fell asleep or he wasn't paying attention on the road. He was just sitting in traffic. We don't know where the tow truck or the fleet mechanic is coming from, but it might be a distance out, you know. And you guys that are kind of young to the city, this building right here, while I have the video running, how many of you guys know what this building used to be back in the 70s and 80s? I'll give you like 5 minutes to tell me what it used to be before I tell you. Now, anybody that's my age or older, or maybe a little bit younger, will know what this building used to be. This building didn't always look like this. It didn't have windows back in the day. The structure, the height was pretty much the same. It didn't have those little railings on the top. This glass, like, facade in front of us wasn't always there. This is now the Boston Water and Sewer Commission building. But back in the day, when I was probably, I don't know, 10, maybe 11, 12, around that era, this was called Stryrite, Green Shoe Factory. That's the name we called it anyway. We called it the Stryrite. And somebody said Green Shoe Factory, if that makes any sense, but we always called it the Stryrite building. And this was the building that they made shoes in back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember that, but a lot of guys that are older than me definitely should know it. The younger people won't know. They probably never heard of it. If you're 30 years old or younger, the chances are you've probably never seen this building in operation.
You don't have nigga.
This building here, where the Boston Public Schools is, used to be the Goodyear Tire Factory, believe it or not. They used to manufacture tires right here. Goodyear Tire Factory right there. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but that used to be right there. On the left to me, where this truck is, used to be called Harrison Supply. They sell refrigerators, sinks, countertops, paint, plaster, hardware materials, all that good stuff. Now, to my left right here where Goodwill is, there used to be a road that went through called Hull. No, it was a Hull or Tall. I think it was called Tall Street, right through the middle here. There was a scrap metal yard towards the front of it, but in the rear side of it was the Gray Line Bus Factory. No, not the factory, the bus yard, the bus Gray Line garage. So they parked all the Gray Line buses in there. And on the top side of it, if I remember correctly, was Rico Ironworks up there somewhere. Rico Ironworks was there for a long, very, very long time. But was it Rico or Elliott? Oh, no, I'm lying to you guys. It was Elliott Ironworks. Wait a minute.
Rescue 2, car 12, a structure fire, 12 Neponset Avenue. Hyde Park.
Oh, it's Neponsit, Hyde Park. Um, now I'm gonna reclaim my memory now. Hold on. Rico Ironworks or Elliott? No, it was Elliott, because I remember I talked to Elliott. So it's Elliott Ironworks over here. Elliott Ironworks was on the back side of this roadway that faces Albany Street. This front side was the scrap metal garage where they had all the car parts in there. Like they had A&M Auto on Harrison Ave. Over here was the Gray Line bus yard that was in the middle. What else could I remember that was down here? Well, the orange line was elevated and went right across this roadway. Melina Castle was never here back then. This was never a roadway. This was part of a field. So if you went through here,
Sir, we can just cancel the best team. Can we just get a service car?
this was just a walkway. This was never a roadway. This is all blocked off right here. What else could I remember? That school up there, the Orchard Gardens school. That school was the rent office. I think that's where the rent office for Orchard Park used to be at. There was a stack, like a high chimney that was made out of asbestos that was up there. What else? What else can I tell you that I saw that I remembered? Tropical Foods was never there. I don't remember what was in that area where Tropical Food was, but Tropical Food was on the other side. What was here? I don't even remember what was there. Interesting. Hold on, guys. Let me answer this. I think I give an image of the canine officer passing by. He's in that cruiser right there. He's just passing by, doing a regular patrol. Been out here for more than an hour because I kind of paused it, but then I just started back up just a little bit just to get the image of the cruiser passing through. I'll try to hang around for, I don't know, if something comes up on the radio more crazier than what I hear out there, then I'll probably just head up out of here. It might take a couple of hours. I'll hang around and see what happens. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, guys. Just hang tight. That's transit. That's not transit. That's Boston. Sorry about that. I think I give you more footage. Every so often, I'm still waiting for the tractor trailer. It's been over an hour, but I don't want to give you a long video, so I pause it every so often and reactivate it. Like I said, I was trying to give you history of all these buildings. I told you this is the Strivey building here. There was no street here. Melina Cast never existed. Harrison Ave was always there. Me and my two brothers used to walk to the Emmanuel House. We used to walk from Orchard Park down to the Emmanuel House on Newcomb Street, which is about 3 blocks down on the left-hand side. I'm pretty sure they're still there. This used to be a scrap car place. We get car parts or scrap metal. It's kind of a mixture of both. Elliott Ironworks in the rear over there. Grain Line bus station over here. On the other side there was some houses further back. This building right here used to be Harrison Supply. On the other side of Euston Street used to be the surplus back in the day. It used to be like a welfare surplus of cheese, butter, milk, all that good stuff. Over here, I'm trying to remember what was right here. I can't remember what was right there. There was some kind of yard that had trucks in there and stuff like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. This was obviously the Goodyear tire factory back in the day. Trying to see what else I can remember that was here that these guys are crossing right where the scooters passing. That's they do have the walk sign, and he does have the green arrow too, so it's kind of up in the air. Another thing, I don't know how old you guys are. You guys remember digital? So if you go further up, the next block was digital. They used to do all kind of electronics up there. They didn't last that long, but it was a Boston-based electronics company that made circuit boards, circuit boards and circuitry. Digital only lasts for about maybe 2 or 3 years, and they disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. What else was up there in that area? There was other stuff up there. It'll come back to me later on, but there was things up there that you probably wouldn't recognize, but they were up there. This building's always been here. It's still there now. Never went anywhere. But there used to be a road that kind of looped. I don't know if it was a dead end, but it maybe it's still there. See this roadway that we're looking at right here? It's still there. We used to walk, but you used to be able to cut through here. It was no fence, so you can actually walk. You can actually walk through here. Now I guess you still could walk through there if you wanted to. There's an opener on the other side of the fence over there. I don't know the name of this road. I never did. It's kind of like a dead end road. So when you come down here, this is what you're gonna see. And it's always been a dead end road for some reason. I don't know why they kept it that way. That's what you have. It's like, it kind of like, you got people hanging out over there on that side. One guy kind of laying on the thingamajiggy. This guy's locking up the back gate. He's securing the back gate right there, if you can see him through the gate. But it's other than that, that's what it is. Now, where CVS used to be at, that used to be called Blanche's. That was Blanche's liquor store. Everybody went down there to get all their liquor, all their alcohol, all their matter of fact, when they had the bottle bill, you can return your empties over there as well. But before they had the bottle bill, I think Blanche's took flat metal cans, if I'm not mistaken. So if you flat up the cans, they weighed them, and I think they took them back then.
Switch up to channel 2, please.
I'm almost positive that's what they did. I'm not my older brother probably knows, because he used to work at Blanche's.
817, can we have an I number for more?
I don't know.
252-062-924.
So the fleet truck just arrived. We get the chance to check out this fleet truck, guys. It just pulled up. Let's see what they got going on over there. I'm not gonna stand in the street, so I'm gonna do it from a safe distance. I could stand in the middle, but it's not safe to stand in that middle island there, because cars will hit you. Whether you have a reflective vest on or not, they will run your behind over. So staying in that roadway too long. Stay on the safe sidewalk. So the fleet truck has arrived. I don't know if he's gonna pull up out of there, or he's gonna block the traffic so they can safely don't get hit. Because these guys will hit you. I'm talking about the way these people drive. They will. Trust me. I'm not gonna say no more. These guys will run you right over. And keep going.
Take us off of Macondo Park to the 971.
So the cruiser is kind of catty-cornered, so that way it gives these guys some safety, because they don't have high visible vest on and stuff. So he did a smart thing by putting that cruiser at that angle, so that these guys here don't run into him. And trust me, they will do it. They do it, but no regard. And they keep going. These guys will. I'm talking about, they will keep going. And they pretend they didn't see that big truck and that cruiser with the flashing lights and the truck with the yellow lights over here. They claim they didn't see none of that. Just bear with me for a little bit. I might cross the street, and so you might see the name of that truck when I do cross the street. So he put the he must got PTO in there. So he turned the PTO on. Yeah, for the compressor. Yeah, he put the PTO on for the compressor.
Okay, we're trying the house now.
So he's probably gonna use the air, called the air gun. You hear the PTO running, so that gives you more power to operate your compressors and all your hydraulic equipment that you're gonna be utilizing. Whether it's like a lift or, you know what I mean. These guys are basically roadside mechanics. That's what they are. They do pretty much anything. Jump starts, changing tires, you know, change out the radiator hose, all kind of stuff like that. As long as there's something within that they don't have to go to the shop to do, they do it right there on the spot. Looks like he's putting air in the tire. I don't know if he's putting air directly into the tire or we'll find out in a second. Hello? Hey, what's happening? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Nope. Hello? 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 You must have called me earlier. Did you call me earlier? This is Mr. Porter. The guy, probably the guy you talked to a while ago about the video. Oh. Oh yeah, you did, yeah. No problem. All right, cool. Hey, so that's pretty much it. You got the tire changed. Goodyear to the rescue. That's gonna be the give them some advertisement. Why not, right? Get it quick and easy. It's a lot cheaper than try to tow the whole truck to the yard and still fix it. Either way, you got to get it fixed, so you might as well just do it on the spot. Hey guys, that's pretty much it. Tractor trailer's pretty much going to be back in service very shortly. Tire has been changed. Get all the equipment he needs right on the truck. He's got the jacks, he's got the air ratchet, all the instruments he needs to take the tire off and put a new tire on. I don't know if they plug those tires. I know they patch them. I don't know if they actually can plug them. Maybe they have a way of plugging them too. I know they have a way of patching them from the inside out. So I don't know. I think this particular guy only does tire service, but they do have mechanics, like fleet mechanics on the road too, that fixes, change the alternator and stuff like that. Something that's they can do really quick and easy. Probably hang around for just a little bit longer, then we'll head up out of here. You want to go into a business, you go into the tire repair business. You have to do it just for trucks. You can do it for cars. There used to be a guy. I don't know if you guys remember. He used to be here. He had a box truck. He'd go around the city and he could fix tires. He had his own tire machine in the back of the truck. I don't know what happened to him, but it was about, I would say about 20 years ago. You always see him around like Marcella and Washington Street near Washington Park. You guys that know what I'm talking about, you've probably seen the truck on the side of the road. They fix your tire right there, and he either patch it or he has some used tires right on the truck. I don't know what happened to him, but I do remember that truck that came around the city, and he'd do that kind of service. Maybe they start something like that up. Matter of fact, there is one out there. If you go further out north, there is a truck that does that too. So it all depends. You just torque them down to make sure that he's torque them down to the right torque. You gotta torque those down to the right torque, I guess. By safety reasons only, you have to do it the right way. He just torqued them all down and got the hood back on the truck. I'm gonna get back on the sidewalk so I don't get hit by these crazy drivers out there. Mark will be proud of me. I do got my high visible vest jacket on today. Only sometimes I do it. I don't put it on all the time. I don't know if I can spin the camera so you can see the high visible jacket. Take care, buddy. Be safe. Let me spin the camera so Mark can see that I got my Mark, I got the high visible jacket on today. No accidents. Mark likes when I have the vest on. He likes to see that safety. He's big on safety out there. Mark is he's a safety guy. All right, guys, I'm headed out of here. Catch you guys on the next one. Be safe out there.